Hey guys, Joyful Gamer here, and today we are doing part 4 of What If Izuku was Isekaid to Kingdom Hearts. So, pretty much about the last part, Sora woke up and everything went the same way as canon with the inclusion of Izuku. And pretty much, I added these two characters. If you don't remember, both Oswald and Hortensia. Pretty much Hortensia is the one that wields a giant cartoonish hammer, with Oswald being the cartoonish inventor. Pretty much, he can create anything in in a few seconds, anything, pretty much. And pretty much, even if it looks crazy, like it's not gonna work, it works, of course, perfectly. It works normally, but if it doesn't work for anyone else. And also, if there's bad luck that's happening to things, the lucky rabbit can just kick it or pretty much hit it, and it works. You know. And pretty much, of course, Izuku and Sora went traveling together. Of course, there are same characters that go with Sora, which is Donald and Goofy. If I'm talking too low, and I'm sorry, it's just that my family's sleeping and I don't want to wake them up. So yeah, I'm trying to talk as quiet as possible. So yeah, but either way, yes. So pretty much, I digress. And the world that they're gonna go to are two worlds, okay? So the first one is gonna be Lady and the Beast, okay? Y'all know how it goes. Both Izuku and Sora's group land there, with Izuku saying, this place seems different. With Sora saying that, of course. With Izuku saying, you've been here before? With Sora and Goofy and Donald saying, yeah. But, the whole place was it looked different. I guess it got together with their own world now, huh? With Izuku saying, really? I've been to different worlds, but this one looks nice. With Sora saying, well, which world did you go to? With Sora saying, well, there was one about China, really, and it was cool. We can go visit next time. I actually made a friend there. Her name is Mulan, and she showed me a lot about China too, which actually sounds really cool. With these sort of saying, maybe after fixing this world, after going through here, we can probably go there too next time. With Izuku saying, yeah, I will. Yeah, let's next time. With, of course, both of them just going through the castle, with Izuku saying, something feels odd. With Sora, pretty much the five characters, Oswald, Hortensia, Donald, and Goofy, are saying, What do you mean? Also, by the way, the form that Izuku took in part 2, if I remember correctly, I actually got a name from someone in the comments. I don't remember your name. I'm very sorry, but pretty much they made the name, which is the Emerald Knight, which is what the form is called. And pretty much the sword and also the Keyblade, I called it the Emerald Moon. Emerald Moon or Emerald Eclipse, whichever one you want to call it by. So yeah, just throwing it out there, just letting you guys know, okay? So yeah. Anyways, I digress. Both Izuku and Sora walk through the castle, and pretty much they see a door that's open. By the way, I haven't played Kingdom Hearts 2 in a long time, so if I have things incorrectly, please correct me in the comments saying, okay, so pretty much you got this incorrect, and just correct me so I can fix it on the next part, okay? So please, I ask you guys for helping me again. Remember, there's some things that I don't remember or don't have good information of, but I still try to take notes, okay? So, I digress. Pretty much we continue. And also, just letting you know, if you don't hear my voice, just please tell me in the comments to redo the part, and I can try to fix a few things too. But I digress. Pretty much, both Izuku and Sora see a door that's opened, with Izuku going to the other door, which is locked, of course. With Sora and pretty much the others, Sora and Izuku's group go through the door, and pretty much they open it. and they hear someone sobbing, which is Belle. I don't remember what the conversation they said. I don't remember very well, so pretty much let's just say it pretty much the same as canon, which she sees Izuku saying, Sora, who is he? With Sora saying, this is one of my best friends, and he came along with me. And these are his other two friends. With pretty much, of course, Oswald saying, Oswald, the lucky rabbit. Nice to meet you, ma'am. With Hortensia also introducing herself, saying, my name is Hortensia. Nice to meet you, miss. Of course, they both do like the little bow. And Hortensia does the little bow, skirt bow, like the fancy bow. Kind of like that. Pretty much, both Belle and pretty much Belle is like surprised, saying, "Oh, well, it's a pleasure to meet you both. Well, you three. It's good to see you again, Sora." But then she looks back to the fire with a saddened face, with pretty much Izuku saying, is something the matter, Belle?" With Belle saying, "Oh, it's just Beast." With Sora saying, "Huh? What? Did you two have an argument?" With pretty much Belle saying, "Oh, no, it's not that. It's just something happened to him. He feels, for some reason, it's like darkness is taking hold of him." With Izuku saying, "What? So something must be taking control of him then. That's what you're thinking?" With Belle saying, "Yes. How did you..." With Izuku saying, "Don't worry about it. I know the feeling. Seeing a friend being taken over and somehow not being able to take control. I understand. Don't worry. We'll help you and Beast trying to get to understand what's happened to him. So please, stay calm and you'll understand." With, of course, Belle saying, "Thank you, Izuku." And, of course, Spurs saying, "Don't worry. We'll bring the old Beast back after we confront him." With, of course, Izuku and Sora smiling, of course, giving reassurance to Belle that they will help him. With pretty much everything goes to canon, pretty much same as canon, that but before Izuku and Sora went to go find Beast, with pretty much Belle saying, "Oh wait, here." With pretty much Belle giving them a door, pretty much a key to Beast's room, side to the castle. With Beast saying, "This is what I was able to snatch up before he locked me in here." Well, luckily the door wasn't closed, which I haven't noticed, because I was pretty much, she looks saddened again because of the pain of knowing someone that she loved locked her in here without knowing the reason, and it saddened her. With Izuku saying, maybe the darkness was controlling him and that wasn't him. So don't give up. Don't give up hope on him, okay? Besides, if you don't remember who he is, he'll come back to his original self. He may change a bit, but it's still going to be the same person you know him as, right? Nizuku does the same smile as pretty much what he does, what Sora does. With pretty much Sora saying, "Yeah, and what Izuku said is true." With pretty much, of course, same as canon, Izuku actually, before he left, he says, "Thank you for the key, and don't worry, we'll bring him back." And of course, both Sora and Izuku's group go through the whole entire castle, trying to look for the way, and pretty much, of course, fighting through Heartless and Heartless. With Izuku saying, "Oh, this is getting tiring." And of course, remember, Izuku has the same, special clothing as Sora, pretty much getting these little drive orbs. With Izuku saying, this is difficult. Yikes. And of course, this is when he was in the green and the emerald knight form. With Sora saying, "Whoa, what's the form called?" With Izuku saying, "Oh, I call it the Emerald Knight." No, sorry. I literally. Oh, there it is. I lost it there for a second. My bad. Pretty much, Sora says, "Oh, like the knights, like guarding, like knights, like Imperial knights and stuff like that." With Izuku saying, "Yeah, actually, that's what I call it. Yours?" With pretty much Sora being in Valor form. With Sora saying, "Oh, I'm guessing I should call it Valor form." With Izuku saying, "Has a ring to it." With Sora saying, "Yours too, but we need to go." With Sora and Izuku saying, "Yeah, come on, let's go." With of course both of them, pretty much of course Oswald and Hortensia and Donald and Goofy are there, pretty much fighting Heartless with them. With pretty much we see a shadow moving behind them, and of course just looks at them when they're going through the hallway, and of course the shadow is hiding behind a statue. With Izuku sensing it, he turns back, but he sees no one. And he starts walking towards the person that was there. Instantly, Izuku looks at the statue, but instantly he just sees a mice, like a little mouse. With Sora saying, "Huh? What's wrong, Izuku?" With Izuku saying, "Sorry, just being a bit paranoid." Pretty much Sora saying, "Oh, it's okay, don't worry about it." With of course Izuku just looking back at the mice, which the mice disappeared quickly, which confuses Izuku. Instantly, he just walks away, and then the person was hiding in the shadow of the statue, and he started, like, you know how they submerge out of the shadow? Pretty much, they were like floating up in a way, pretty much like that. Think of it like that. With pretty much the person under the mask, you can just see the person smile, and just think, no, that's intriguing. He was able to sense me without me even trying to give away my position. He would be a good candidate. And of course, it was someone from the Organization 13, of course. With then pretty much Izuku and Sora's group go and actually, of course, fighting through Heartless, and also Nobodies too, which both Izuku and Sora actually were having a lot of trouble with. And so pretty much they get to the door, which is locked, but then instantly a Heartless appears, and pretty much he just has like the key to the room. With Izuku saying, "Dang it! Come on, we need to get the key." With instantly, the the Heartless instantly disappeared into the shadows and just went into these 6 pots. Pretty much, and by the way, this is not like the room of beasts. This is like the section when they, like when Sora saves everyone else that are locked in the basement. Pretty much like that. With pretty much, they see these 6 pots. By the way, I'm changing some bits of the story so I can actually make it longer, and pretty much just exploring too. Why not? Trying to see if this would work, or this and that, some changes, So pretty much I digress. Of course, Izuku and Sora follow it with pretty much, of course, both pretty much, of course, or the two groups says that they'll look for a way in, if a secret way in. With Izuku saying, "Huh? What do you mean?" With pretty much, of course, Oswald saying, "Well, of course, in this place there must be secret hideouts and ways of getting in." With Izuku saying, "That's true." And Oswald says, "Besides, both of you are strong enough to take care of yourselves. And besides, I heard you're a pretty strong duo, from what I heard." With, of course, what Izuku and Sora just look at each other and just shake their heads in agreement, saying, "Yeah, we are. So, both of you, seriously, the 4 of you, be careful, understood?" Of course, the 4 of them shook their heads in agreement, saying, "Of course, we'll be careful." With pretty much with pretty much, of course, both Sora and Izuku run off to find the Heartless, with also saying, "Well then, let's go. Let's look for the secret entrance." With pretty much, of course, all four of them look for it, with Izuku and Sora pretty much chasing the six pots, pots that contain the Heartless, pretty much that are floating away. Each one is going into different directions. 3 going to the left, and the other 3 going to the right. Pretty much not knowing which one contains the key. Instantly, Izuku says, "I'll go to the left. Sora, you go to the right, okay?" With Sora saying, "Okay, you be careful." With Izuku saying, "You too." And then they run off separate directions. With instantly, both of them going to different rooms or areas of the castle. Of course, the castle is big, so there is pretty big areas that they can be separated. With Izuku and Sora pretty much going to let's say there's 2 separate big rooms, okay? But mostly it changed size, mostly due because of the Heartless. Instantly, both Sora and Izuku are actually in a room. They're different though. For Izuku, it's more like a storage area, okay? There's like big crates. There's like pretty big crates, and pretty much you can see like some things, some ornaments and stuff like that. Like, you can just imagine the items that are there. And for Sora, you can see pretty much see like it's a library. Sora pretty much has to look around a library, which is pretty simple, but the library is pretty big in its way. And of course, it's Belle's library. So Sora's gonna have to move around a bit, with Izuku kind of in a bit of a maze. With Izuku kind of in a bit of a maze, actually going through the whole area trying to look for it, the 3 pots. And then pretty much, let's say these little pots do like a little bell sound, okay? So let them. It's kind of like they're playing hide and seek, with pretty much Izuku looking around and pretty much hearing the little bell, when the whole place, it looks really creepy and terrifying. With then we go to both pretty much the 4 people: Oswald, Hortensia, Donald, and Goofy. With pretty much Goofy just kind of looking through, like touching like parts of walls, with Donald pretty much being really impatient, saying, "Why are we doing this?" Of course, I'm not gonna do Donald's voice because it's a bit late for me. It's actually pretty late, so yeah. And for Oswald saying, "Well, I have a hypothesis that, of course, that there's a secret entrance." And Hortensia just pretty much looks through every nook and cranny and pretty much the hallways and stuff like that. With pretty much Donald just saying, "I think that this is a stupid idea." With Oswald saying, calm down, Donald, okay?" With Donald saying, "Don't tell me to calm down. Both Sora and Izuku could actually be in danger." With, of course, Oswald saying, "Yes, but..." Instantly, Oswald actually felt kind of tripped, let's just say he tripped. When, like the helmets of the soldiers, right? Pretty much, let's say one of the soldiers' helmets fell and just in front of Oswald, and by the time Oswald took a step, he tripped and pretty much fell towards Donald. And literally, Donald was literally flying through it because of that push. And pretty much he was bouncing back and forth, and pretty much he hit a knight, and that knight was actually hiding a secret passageway, which actually leads towards which is like the exit route from the original canon game. And of course, it's gonna be like the opposite. Of course, I told you that things are gonna change. With pretty much, Donald is on top of the knight when the knight kind of tipped over and fell. With, of course, pretty much the whole knight is like fell and scrambled like to little pieces. Not like broken. It's more like like how like the armor kind of falls like apart when there's like nothing in it, kind of like that. And of course, Donald is wearing like the knight helmet, with pretty much both Hortensia and Goofy go up to him saying, "Are you okay?" With of course Donald just spinning his head in kind of cartoonish way, pretty much, like the little stars going around his head, kind of dizzy, kind of like saying, "I'm fine. I feel dizzy." And of course he has the knight's helmet, and of course, also says, "Hey, nice helmet." He chuckles, and of course Oswald says, "Whoa, huh. I guess we were able to see his secret passage." And this actually, no, not as canon. Actually, this is not the exit. This is like a bit of an entrance to a secret room, actually. A bit of a secret entrance to a different room. And you'll see what this room is a bit later on, but not now. So pretty much, we go back to Izuku and Sora. Pretty much Sora was able to find one of them. And of course, he was able to defeat that Heartless with, of course, the Heartless not having anything. But of course, he did get money from it after, of course, dispelling it in a way. With Sora, actually the same way. Of course, he's using thunder, fire, and ice, pretty much the magic. Because of that, he was able to, of course, defeat the. He was able to defeat the one of them. With of course, with four of them pretty much leaving that room, and of course going back to where they originally were. With pretty much Izuku saying, "Ah, come on." But luckily, he was able to turn into the Emerald Knight form, and instantly he threw the Emerald Moon Keyblade towards the two, and he got really lucky in hitting two of them, but not the same one. Pretty much it was at pretty much when also pretty much he hit the ones that he was chasing, and the other one that Sora was chasing, pretty much when they were both in the hallways, which he got lucky in pretty much hitting both of them. With of course Sora, the second one that Izuku hit, which was on Sora's side, dropped a key. When Sora was about to get it, and he saw Izuku's keyblade, saying, "Huh, lucky shot, lucky hit, Izuku." And he was about to get the key, but instantly the other Heartless took it. With Sora saying, "Oh, come on!" With of course he's pretty much trying to hit the Heartless, but he's not hitting it. With of course Izuku able to get the other one because of the magic. Of course, Izuku goes towards the other Heartless, and he was able to hit it. Well, not hit it with the Keyblade, but mostly with the magic. The ice one, which was the ice magic. And of course, Sora says, "Huh, nice one. Nice thinking, Izuku." With Izuku saying, "Thanks." And of course, they were able to get the key, and so they go back towards them. With Sora saying, "That was a bit difficult, but also fun." With Izuku saying, "It was also fun." With Sora asking Izuku, pretty much they both stop, with Izuku saying, "What's wrong?" With of course Sora looking at Izuku's Keyblade saying, "I gotta ask, where did you get your Keyblade?" With instantly Izuku getting flashbacks. Not like these Vietnam types, no. He gets flashbacks, saddening flashbacks of Aqua being taken towards with the other like the tornado of Heartless. With pretty much Izuku trying to find a weapon to be able to defend himself, and him like unknowingly waking up in the pretty much the darkness. Pretty much Izuku says, pretty much he summons his Keyblade, and of course says, "It's a long story. You wouldn't believe where I got this one from." With pretty much Sora looking at both Izuku and the Keyblade, which is of course the inverted version of Sora's Keyblade. With Sora saying, "It's fine. You can tell me whenever you want." With Izuku saying, "Okay then." And of course, when they're walking towards the area where they were, Izuku just gives him a bit of things that he said, like saying, "Hey, actually, after our world got pretty much absorbed by darkness. I got lucky and put in the land of darkness. With Izuku, what? How? Izuku says, just pretty much just, I don't know. I guess I just got lucky. With pretty much Sora saying the necklace, which is odd, but yet feels like it's the reason connected to Izuku being lucky. But digress, just pretty much pushes that thought aside with him saying, with Sora saying, I guess you are lucky. We both got powerful keyblades and we have powerful hearts now. With Izuku just saying, I guess we are. And I guess we are lucky. And pretty much they both fist bump. With Sora saying, so, after your little adventure with both King Mickey and Riku, you are able to get to Castle Oblivion. You are able to. Where was I the whole time? With Izuku, of course, having memory of Namine and also Shion and Roxas. With Izuku saying, you wouldn't believe, even you would think I would make up a story. But, and Izuku stops in his tracks saying, the little adventure I had actually helped me figure out who and how I am today. And sources, and that's why you have that little arm guard surrounding your arm, what he's talking about. You know, like the little guard that I explained what Terra has in his arm. With Izuku saying, yeah, this is part of who I am now. With Izuku saying, with Sora saying, you look good. With Izuku saying, thanks. With then pretty much they continue walking towards Donald, Goofy, and of course, Hortensia and Oswald, with pretty much Donald stuck in the helmet, cartoonishly, with, of course, pretty much Oswald is trying to help both Oswald, pretty much Oswald and Hortensia and Goofy are trying to help Donald, trying to get his head unstuck from the helmet. With, of course, it's pretty stuck in there, of course, for cartoonish reasons. With, of course, both Izuku and Sora walk back into them, pretty much seeing that Donald is stuck. With then pretty much Izuku saying, what happened when we were gone? With Sora kind of laughing, saying, so what happened? With pretty much Oswald showing, pretty much pointing at a passageway that they saw. With pretty much Izuku saying, huh, I guess you are a lucky rabbit, aren't you? With Oswald saying, I guess I am. Pretty much, of course, with that compliment, he let go of Donald, which kind of, that's when both Hortensia and Goofy pretty much pulled really hard to the point where they both fell on their backs, with pretty much making Donald go flying to the wall. And pretty much cartoonishly, his whole body went into the helmet. And pretty much you can just see his little feet like little waddle a bit. Pretty much saying, get me out of here! Get me out of here! Come on! Ah, you freaking name. Like pretty much just screaming out saying, get me out! Of course, both Donald and Izuku, pretty much both Izuku and Sora kind of see this funny. Of course, they laugh and they walk towards Donald, with pretty much Izuku saying, okay, Donald, we're gonna have to pull you out this time, okay? But actually, Izuku has an idea. With pretty much Sora saying, what's the idea? With Izuku saying, here, pretty much summoning out his Keyblade. With Izuku saying, okay, Donald, don't move. With Sora kind of saying, Izuku, is this, With Izuku saying, yes, it's gonna be fine, as long as Donald does not move. With Donald kind of confused, pretty much, he's not phasing Izuku. With pretty much Donald saying, so what are you gonna do, Izuku? After when he faces Izuku, he actually sees Izuku actually holding his Keyblade at him, pretty much about to swing at him, with Donald saying, what are you doing? of course. With, of course, pretty much dodging an attack with Sora saying, "Don't move, I'm trying to help you." With Donald saying, "You're not helping! Are you trying to kill me?" With, of course, Izuku saying, "I'm not, I'm trying to get you out of there." With pretty much, Sora just says, "You know what? Time stop." Pretty much he stops time, and of course he just says, here we go. And of course he was able to get Donald out of the helmet, but instead of pretty much pulling him out of the helmet, he was able to push him through the little, like the little opening of the helmet. Pretty much he was able to get Donald out of there, pretty much in a cartoonish way, of course. With, of course, pretty much the time stopped ended. With, of course, pretty much Izuku hitting the helmet, with, of course, the helmet being kind of destroyed. Not in a completely obliterated way, more like almost like an accordion way, With pretty much Donald just screaming, saying, "No!" But then he notices he's out of the helmet, saying, "How did I?" And he's pretty much Sora says, "You're welcome." With Izuku saying, "You should have told me that you had an idea." With Sora saying, "Sorry, but come on, let's go through the door." Of course, both Sora and Izuku go through the door, and pretty much they walk down, and the door is dark. With Izuku saying, "I have an idea." Instantly, he summons fire from his keyblade onto his hand, where almost like like how magicians summon fire in their hands to be like a way of light. With pretty much both both Sora and of course Donald, but also Oswald making it pretty much, of course, like I said, he's an inventor, which he can make things on the fly or fix things on the fly. So pretty much he was able to do that, and he made pretty much a pretty bright lantern, which brightened things up a bit. And so pretty much it was a labyrinth. Not too much of a labyrinth. Mostly, let's just say, it was kind of like the little maze. With these people saying, how in all of the world can there be a labyrinth in a castle? With Sora saying, is this your first time being in a castle? With Izuku saying, how many times have you been in a castle? With Sora saying, not many, but this is a unique one. With, of course, Izuku saying, actually, why don't we just leave right now? We can come back later. With Sora saying, yeah, probably. Come on. Instantly, they hear a giant roar. With Izuku, pretty much everyone stopping with Izuku, saying, I really hope that was someone's stomach growling. With Sora saying, yeah, me too. With instantly, they hear another roar. Instantly, they leave. They're like, nope, not this time. And instantly, when they're starting to leave, the secret door was actually starting to slowly close. With pretty much Izuku saying, God, no! Come on! And of course, they all started running, with pretty much Donald and Oswald being behind, saying, we're trying! Of course, Donald having the most having the most difficulty, with also saying, I think I have an idea. And of course, he takes off his leg to initially, and also makes it into a boomerang. And of course, he just throws it, with Donald saying, what are you doing? You don't know how to run! With also saying, I'm a lucky rabbit after all, and that's my lucky foot! With pretty much Izuku saying, trust him! The weirdest things that don't look like they won't work, will. And of course, the door was about to fall instantly to close it, but instantly, the lucky foot came in clutch and pretty much stopped the whole entire door from closing completely, and all of them slide out, with pretty much Donald, of course, Donald's hat dropping at the end, pretty much falling there, with pretty much Izuku grabbing it quickly and pretty much bringing it back when the door pretty much slammed, with Oswald trying to pull back his legs, which is stuck. He's like, come on, get out! Oh, I'm stuck! With, of course, pretty much all of them trying to help Oswald, with pretty much he's getting his leg back, and of course he reattaches it cartoonishly, and of course he just says, much better. And of course he moves his leg. And of course, Izuku and the others say, What was that? With pretty much both Sora and Izuku in unison saying, I really don't want to know. With then, of course, both of them just walking off saying, let's pretend that never happened. With, of course, Izuku and the other says, yeah, let's. And of course they hear a loud bang from it, and both of them, and all of them just like, nope, just, they pretty much run. And of course, as canon, they pretty much move the closet, of course the same as canon, since they weren't able to go through the knights. Izuku and the others tried in other ways, but of course the knights kept stopping them. With pretty much both of them, Izuku, pretty much both groups went and found a door behind the closet, and of course says, okay then, let's move this. With both of them pretty much ready to move it. With instantly, when they were pretty much about to push it, they says, oh, what are you doing? With both Izuku and pretty much everyone was like a shock saying, what the? Pretty much both of them were just shocked, but instantly the closet just went instantly back to sleep, saying, and just snoring. With Izuku and Sora were like looking at each other saying, what was going on? Pretty much whispering at each other like, what just happened? With of course, Izuku and Sora just push it, and when it was about to wake up, Oswald said, shh, wait. With both of them just stopped. And then when he woke up, he's like, The cabinet looked around, and then she went back to sleep. And of course, they kept repeating, it just rinse and repeat, you know? Pretty much they pushed, and when it was awake, Oswald or any of them of the group members pretty much told them to stop. Pretty much rinse and repeat. So pretty much, when there was enough space to open the door, they did. They went through and, what the heck? It looks like a regular old cat. It looks like a regular old basement. Which is what Oswald said, with Izuku saying, you had to jinx it, didn't you? With Oswald saying, I'm sorry. And of course, this is when the door slammed behind them, and there was a barrier, of course, stopping them from getting out. With Izuku saying, dang it. Oh man, now who do we have to fight? And of course, the same as canon, pretty much the doors that have the Heartless pretty much in them. With both Izuku and of course Sora and the whole group fighting. Both Izuku and Sora actually have pretty much a lot of trouble, mostly because of the lasers, and they're trying to avoid it. With Oswald saying, give me a sec, I'm trying to build a shield that can reflect lasers. With Izuku saying, build it quick, because we don't have much time. And once Izuku said that, there was these little Heartless, like flying Heartless, like that looked like bats, pretty much going after them, with Izuku training, both Izuku and Sora hitting them, with pretty much Donald and Goofy pretty much just trying to, one is hitting with magic, the other one is hitting them with the shield, with Hortensia pretty much trying to squish them, and also trying to attack the door. But mostly they weren't able to attack it because there was a bit of a darkness shield protecting them. With Hortensia saying, "There's a shield there's a type of dark aura that's protecting it. I think we have to attack something first before we attack the Heartless." With Izuku saying, "Thanks, Hortensia." With pretty much both Izuku and Sora pretty much say that in unison. Pretty much they look around and see what the. Where? Let's say they see a little bit of light, pretty much a little flickering light on top of which is the chandelier. Let's just say that's gonna work, okay? Because I don't remember the whole fight. With pretty much Izuku and Sora says, Sora yells at Oswald saying, "Oswald, the chandelier! Make the light. Remember to make some light." With pretty much Oswald kind of confused at first, but then he looks at the chandelier, which is like flickering with fire, with pretty much Oswald getting in, saying, "Oh!" And instantly he was able to make pretty much a pretty bright flashlight. With of course that weakening the little dark shield. Remember, I don't remember, guys. I don't remember. There's like some things that I don't remember of most of it. Like some of the fights, I won't remember completely. Some I will. So remember, I hope you guys have patience and I understand. So pretty much, I digress. Of course, Oswald makes as powerful as a light as seen, and pretty much, of course, it works. With then pretty much, of course, both Izuku and Sora, of course, attack the door, which actually Sora was able to. Izuku and Sora were able to see the health bar again. Of course, they're able to see how much health it has, mostly how much they hurt it. With both Izuku and Sora, pretty much saying, "Ah, dang it, not done yet." With of course same cycle with pretty much the the Heartless was able to hit, pretty much throw an orb of shadows at the flashlight, which kind of not broken it completely, but pretty much made it stop, it made it that bright light. So pretty much like that. So pretty much Oswald says, dang it, I need some time to fix it again. With Izuku saying, with Izuku saying, we'll buy you some time, okay? Just hurry up. Sora saying, yeah, just, and Sora tells both Donald and Goofy to actually back up Oswald, with Hortensia saying, I will too. Of course, they back up Oswald with Izuku and Sora pretty much also protecting him in a way, which kind of taking away some of the other Heartless that are trying to attack them. And of course, they also succeeds in pretty much able to fix it. With of course shooting the beam of light outwards and pretty much towards the door, same as canon, as pretty much same as way. They both Izuku and Sora attack it, and of course with Izuku in his Emerald Knight form, and with Sora in his Valor form. And of course, I'm gonna call this why not? I'm just gonna call it the light and dark attack. Why not? Mostly because Izuku's Keyblade and Sora's Keyblade, pretty much they're opposites. You know what I mean? Of course, they both attack the door, and of course, with both of them emitting a different type of light and dark and like aura, with Izuku pretty much shooting some dark laser and Sora shooting a light laser, and of course defeating the door. And pretty much, of course, everything goes the same way as canon. Of course, they go through this little secret passageway that Clocksworth said about, and pretty much that where they can go through. And of course, both Izuku and Sora says, "Okay, so how are we gonna be able to get? How are we gonna be able to get Beast back?" With pretty much, which is what Sora said. With Izuku pretty much looking at Clocksworth, with Izuku saying, I think I have an idea. With pretty much looking at Clocksworth, and Clocksworth saying, what? With Izuku pretty much going to his level saying, look, Clocksworth, right? With Clocksworth shaking his head saying, yes, what? With Izuku saying, we're gonna need your help on bringing back Beast. Clocksworth saying, what do you mean? With pretty much Izuku pointing at the pendulum and also the clock, of course, with pretty much Izuku saying, can you force a bit of a loud ringing sound? With Clocksworth saying, I guess I can try. When of course he just does it. And of course, same as canon, it was a pretty loud with Izuku, pretty much everyone trying to cover their ears saying, ow. With Izuku just smiling saying, yes, then I think we'll be able to bring him back. But also, not just the ringing will help. You have to call out his name, Clocksworth, okay? Understood? With Clocksworth understanding, pretty much everything goes the same way as canon. Pretty much, like how Clocksworth calls his name and pretty much like that. Pretty much, he sees that and everything. With, of course, Izuku and Sora and Clocksworth and everyone else going to look for Beast. And Beast is in his room. With Izuku seeing someone with a hoodie, with like a hoodie covering him, with Izuku thinking that was Riku for a second, but then he thinks, no, that isn't Riku. Well, of course, Izuku knows that Riku is, of course, looking into the pretty much same as canon. Pretty much, Izuku knows Riku, where he is and what's he doing. With pretty much, of course, everything goes the same way as canon. Pretty much, uh, yeah, with the inclusion of Izuku, Hortensia, and Oswald, they're able to defeat Beast and, of course, bring him back. And this is where I'm going to leave it off for now. I hope you guys enjoy and wait for about pretty much part 4.5. So I hope you guys enjoy. See it. Have a good night. Have a good afternoon. Good morning. Wherever you are. Take care, y'all. Bye.